To him, a radio.
I'm gonna try something new today.
What's that?
Something new.
Something borrowed?
Something gay.
Something green? Oh wait, something
green.
blue. Something
Should
blue.
I even bother with Icarus Grip?
Nah.
What do you, if you're using extended mag, yes. It'll actually have some of the best in-air accuracy out of all the 120s.
Extended mag, huh?
Yes, sir.
Ended flags.
Extended what?
Don't say it.
So yeah, like the first one I got was pretty good. It's got ensemble and harmony.
You're gonna harm me?
Harm assist.
So I have not shot it once, so I guess we'll find out. But
Don't
if it can
harm
clean
me.
up Fighting Lion, and Fighting Lion can get a kill from time to time, then I have harmony. Plus I have hand cannon holster. Hey, I need a golf ball. Do you got a golf ball?
Yes, there you go.
Send you one real quick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hot dong.
Huh.
Dong, hot diggity dong. You got a dong and then it's hot dong.
That's funny. Staples Canada just fired me.
Just now?
Just?
Yeah.
A while?
Oh, God.
You're one pathetic loser. He got fired from Staples.
He hasn't been there in like how long?
Oh,
2
I
years?
left the country. No, I've almost. In October it'll be a year. So yeah. Well, since I technically have been on leave.
I was gonna say, weren't you? Oh, it's been a year since you've been on leave.
Yeah.
I thought you were gone from there. Hell.
Were you still getting checks?
No.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I would have too, but essentially, and I never told you about that, but essentially I was supposed to be getting them, and I told my doctor, I was like, hey, I know I have to come in every month for checkups, but I have to go down to the States for a couple of months, and you'll still cover me. Oh yeah, totally. Oh, you're in America, you're not in my province, I'm definitely not going to help you. And so literally for like 3 months when I got here, I had to fucking fight them, and they wouldn't sign off my reports for me to get paid for unemployment, or no, for medical leave.
Sexual leave.
Show me you can take
So I just stopped fucking
Hold the
contacting
zone.
them. So I said, this isn't worth my stress. I'll just literally go get a job.
Alright, boys. I got the Skyburners oath out. We're gonna,
Yeah, that's
we're gonna
right.
do good.
Enemy
Are we?
claims
I
Zone
mean-
C.
What? What's
Who knows?
that
Those
radio?
trays, cuatros.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
Gotcha. Oh,
Hit the
my
camp
ass.
in the A.
Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
We got a couple.
Take
We
it
got a
back. Heavy's out in 7.
sex box.
Well,
boy.
there's a guy on the box.
Zone A captured.
Sex
you
box.
have advantage.
Yeah, dude.
Zone
And
B
to be
lost.
honest with you, that job was fucking god awful. They were treating me
They've
like
taken the
absolute
lead.
shit.
You can turn this tide.
Corporate Canada. Corporate Canada, right?
Well, so I guess, so from what I heard is, I started working in October 2018, which is like right when there was a buyout. So essentially from what I heard right before the buyout is that Staples was actually a really good place to work. And then I guess they sold out. And then I guess it was essentially bought by like a flipper company,
Got shotgun.
where it's the same concept
Zone
as
B
flipping a
captured.
house.
Zone advantage is yours.
So essentially they were like, benefits, fuck you. Retirement, fuck you. Pay
Yeah.
increases, fuck you.
I like it.
Excuse me, I need to get off my box here.
You gotta get in your box. burning somebody.
Don't fall down the hole. Don't fall down the hole.
That's what
So
she
yeah,
said.
it was one of those things where like I ended up so throughout the whole time with COVID. So essentially, what they did was they found a way to decrease the amount of workers, double my workload, then introduce a whole bunch of. I got like literally they on top of like doing 3 people's jobs. I had to like every 30 minutes we had to sanitize the whole fucking store.
Get the sanitize it.
Sanitize it.
You just
And it was and pretty much I was working like I was carrying that fucking department in sales and everything. And I was like, "Where's my pay raise?" They're like, "Oh, you're just not ready for it." And I was like, "All right, I'm done working here." And that's when I had a mental breakdown.
That's what she said.
I don't know why they were afraid of me, but apparently like
Together as
I
one.
had like police on
I love
speed dial because they were kind of freaked out that when they were gonna ask me to go on medical leave, they were afraid I wasn't gonna take it. I was like, "No, fuck you guys, I'm out of here."
I got last worded.
Haha.
What?
Well, they spawned back here and they made the fucking mistake of not taking the objective. So you're gonna die for it now.
I got last worded. You get the last.
Somebody's trying to lay Monarch me. It's
Zone
not
B
right.
lost. Enemy has
Probably,
zone
yeah.
advantage.
A guy with a.
You captured Zone C. You have advantage. Zone A lost. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead.
Yeah, man, I don't know, it was one of those jobs where it's like
No, you're
like
in.
everything
No,
that's
you're dead.
wrong with like modern jobs, like this was like the pinnacle of it.
Like 1570 gear.
Oh, I almost got sniped. I don't know how the fuck I avoided that.
I don't know.
Oh my, how the hell? Okay, I gotta look at Vlad.
I need help on B.
Vladimir Putin these balls in your mouth.
He's just good. He's
Shit.
good.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Double down.
No, Daddy, no, don't tether me. I got a little surprised for them.
Yeah, they usually say it's little, huh?
Little, but it's
5
effective.
minutes.
Ah,
A strong start.
I was in the animation
Fight
for
on.
coming out of my super and somebody sniped me.
Oh, you got it. I thought he stood in my grenade and died.
I'm gonna go defend. Oops, he is about to be very busy.
Busy beaver. Purple.
Yeah,
Nice.
Holds out.
I got the perp.
Zone C lost.
Definitely not
They
a
have
first round.
advantage.
Okie dokie then. Vlad, man, just. I don't know where he even came from.
No, not last
We
word!
got some orbs over here.
Word me.
Oh,
Blah,
Zone
blah,
B
blah.
lost.
And
Your
there's some
enemy
enemies
has
over
a
here,
power
too.
play. Zone A captured.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I kind of told him what the situation was like months ago.
Baby daddies. Hey, are you guys my parents?
Yes.
Yes. No.
And because you're both daddy, are you gay?
We're your gay daddies.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be gay daddies?
That's right. And Trevor's the dad that tells you no to everything. That's why he's no daddy. And I'm the dad that says yes to everything. That's why I'm yes
You
daddy.
say like
Zone
yes.
B captured.
Ah,
daddies,
Zone
right?
advantage.
Well, you know, like in a paradoxical way, I suppose you could, but
Get out of here, hooker.
you're supposed to be like, Dad, can't I have $100 to go to Sephora? Oh my fucking god.
I'm running.
Running. Up that hill.
Not Forrest. Do you think Forrest Gump ever ran up that hill?
He
Probably.
probably did.
He ran for a long time.
You're
He
winning.
ran, and
Stay
then just one day
strong.
he was done.
I was running. Like only died in there. Dad moo. Dead moo.
God damn it. God motherfucking damn it.
No.
He's got a super. He's chasing me.
Out, Green's out.
He's chasing me.
Uh-oh, somebody got
No,
swallowed in.
fucking hell. I was running.
I was
running.
I was running.
I ran right past their
I
spawn.
ran in a circle around that pole.
Why do
like-
we always used to say
Enemy
that?
has advantage.
That's what Forrest Gump
It was,
says.
it was the mean thing.
Yeah, but why did we start? I don't know.
You
'Cause we
captured
were
Zone
autistic.
C. Zone advantage is
Hey,
yours.
that's yeah, you're right. Oh, fuck,
Artistic?
man, another super? Jesus.
I love supers, honestly.
Zone A lost.
I wish you guys could
captured
always hear
Zone B.
Jackson in the
You
background when he
have
imitates me.
advantage.
I can hear a little.
Lately I have been hearing him. Not very loudly, but it does sound like he's running up a hill though.
Running up that hill. Do you know how hard it is to run up that hill? You're gonna be winded, man. Oh!
Oh no.
I'm kind of fat, man.
I don't get
So-
why I specifically only dying to this Vlad guy, and it's kind of annoying.
Zone B lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
So,
The enemy has the boner advantage.
1 minute.
sure, you know,
Won't
I
be
feel like
long
the only
now.
person who wouldn't make fun of me is possibly Radio, but Radio, when you go hiking, do you use poles?
Oh yeah.
So, poles. So, I'm actually gonna get into Nordic walking.
Nordic walking.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, it's where you use the poles to go hiking and stuff. But apparently it's like a super duper good exercise. It's like really
30
good
seconds
for you, and
stand
I'm kind of
between
fat,
you
so
and victory.
Yeah, you
Running.
lose more calories.
yeah.
You lose more calories
It's like a whole body workout.
walking a mile than you do running a mile.
You captured
Especially
Zone B.
with the
Zone
poles?
advantage is yours.
Well, I don't know about with poles. The poles is a way to cheat.
Well, you know, it like burns more calories, uses up way more oxygen, but it doesn't feel like you're doing more.
Victory well executed.
Needless to say, I'm getting into old man sports now.
Well, I
Zones
use them
controlled.
because when you're going
Targets
down, when you're
eliminated.
hiking down
Nice
a hill,
work.
it's
can-
easy. It's easy to just use the weight of the poles, like keep your weight off of your feet a little bit.
Yeah, so you didn't mess up your knees.
You'll be hiking down that hill.
Yes.
So yeah, so like when you see the old people walking and they're using the poles to speed walk, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Hiking down that hill. Rolling down that hill.
Touching your mom's Phil.
Who's Phil? Uncle
don't
Phil? From like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
But it also kind of semi reminds me of that one episode of Malcolm in the Middle when the dad got into speed walking and he orders that aerodynamic suit.
Hell yeah, brother. I need to get like a couple more shotgun kills, I think. Wait. What was I doing? Oh, for this. Okay, I finished it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Now I can use something else. Do I want to? He'll be hiking up that hill, twisting up his nip.
Touching those balls.
There was that scene in Forrest Gump where Forrest stops. It's in like the Arizona-Utah border. They're in Monument Valley, and he's running up a hill. He's running up that road.
Oh yeah.
True.
Is it road first or hill first? I forget. In any case,
Oh wow, look at this.
Should I use for my Top Gun?
Public shows that with 6, so when you use those fancy poles to walk, it says that your oxygen uptake is 16% higher than running.
That hill?
Holy shit. Yeah.
Pretty gay. They gonna load or? There ain't no law when you're drinking the claw. Did it just like not load? Start over?
Your mom.
That was weird. I feel like you guys need to use the Skyburner's Oath because you're really missing out.
I feel like you need to you need to gargle my ball sack.
So rude.
Yeah, I know.
after he's done his long walk.
That's right.
Oh,
My
rude.
power walk. Hey, that's what Soldier Boy said. Gargle my ball sack.
I'm offended.
Why would he say that?
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Because Huey was trying to tell him, hey man, you're hearing voices, you got PTSD. He's like, gargle my ball sack.
True. I thought. I have Icarus thing on my sniper rifle. I never jumped to shoot
Control.
a sniper rifle.
No, you shouldn't jump.
I will shoot you in the peen.
Okay.
The zones are yours if you fight for them, Guardian.
Pretty gay.
Who's breathing into their mouth? Into their.
That'd be Boomer. There's something wrong with his mic. I don't know.
He's
Oh,
got his
I
like,
was
mic
actu-
down his throat.
Excuse what? Why does everybody keep saying that?
Enemy
That's
claimed
what it sounds
Zone
like.
A. You captured Zone C.
He's gurgling it.
Gargling that ball sack.
Gurgling it. I just like. Oh, right in the pisser. Oh, they gave up. What?
Okay, there's some
Zone
snipers,
B
dude.
captured. You
We're
have
playing.
zone one.
There's a 3-stack and a 4-stack.
They're stacking it.
They're probably talking more to each other than just gargling balls.
Eh.
Excuse me.
People don't coordinate when they're in a team. They're just like us.
Shit, sorry, I forget to be sweaty sometimes. My bad, dogs.
I'm not complaining.
Going for-
I'm just saying we don't do that around here. It's not like we're trying to win or anything.
I'm gonna go back to C and I'm gonna use this heavy ammo because
Damage.
Zone C lost. You captured Zone A. You
I'm gonna
have zone
snipe people, and I
advantage.
haven't really sniped in a while. My reaction time is pretty bad.
I'll just gargle this.
Aiming down that hallway, and like 3 people walked in front of me before I decided to try to shoot one of them. Oh, it's the same people. How many times I gotta
So
use?
we do. That does mean we have the 3-stack because the 4-stack can't have.
Zone B lost.
What the? Got me with the throwing knife.
How many times you gotta hit somebody with a skyburner to blow them up? Way too.
Like 100 something or like 50 something times.
Probably because the gun sucks.
Oh, I got.
Oh no,
That's
Radio,
all.
look what you've started. You've hurt his
Shit.
feelings. Oh no, look what you've done.
That's it. I hate you guys.
Fuck!
Zone A lost. Your enemy has a power play.
Chill.
Zone C
Kidding.
captured.
mean, it's not the most competitive gun, but it is the best gun. If that makes.
Why are my teammates all getting
They
shot
just
to
took
the
the
side
lead.
here? Come on.
Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Sorry, hold on. I was multitasking.
Tower in 5.
Seconds?
Minutes.
Oh yeah, I have a sniper rifle.
Last word!
Robot house!
You're rocking the last word?
Zone B
Now my
captured.
enemy is
Zone advantage
Enemy
is
that's
yours.
been killing us with it.
I have defended A successfully.
How successfully?
Well, there ain't nobody here, and they're all kind of queer.
Yes, I suck.
Yeah, I could have told you that though.
Didn't you?
Oof. That was mildly painful.
Radio run!
Zone A lost.
They've taken our anus. I'm just surrounded by fireballs right now.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Dun, 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 dun.
Zone C
Worked
captured.
for vengeance.
Zone advantage is yours.
Trying to take this back. Thank you.
5 minutes left. Keep it up. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
They are at Venus.
Zone C
You got my
lost.
super.
Ew. God damn teammate! They're pushing me around the corner!
They do that.
I got
Power ammo
hyped.
9.
Pushed me out of my well. Or like out of
So it's going
cover.
to be.
Dude, I get you want to stand in my well, but you don't gotta stand inside of me.
Where's all the action happening?
I don't know. We're all using our super.
There's like a bunch of things going on over here in this corner, and I'm just kind of watching.
I just came here to, you know, use the super and discourage them a little bit.
Yeah.
Zone C captured. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them.
Last word.
Blood house. They're at 8.
Oh, I figured we'd flip the
Nope,
spawns.
they're not on A. They buy A, but they're not on it.
Where first?
Oh, Ratsy.
Ratsy's a rat bastard.
Zone A lost.
His little
Teammate, you couldn't have had worse timing with that one. Ah, fuck.
3 minutes.
Sounds
You're
like
winning.
there was worse
Stay
timing.
strong.
Oh, there was like hit supers everywhere.
I got golden guns.
Probably deserve that.
Just a little bit.
Now we rat.
You little rat.
Zone B lost.
You know, Ratsy's pretty good at the trials. He's got that emblem, but can he cap the zone?
Oh, zones means no penis.
I know you can slay, but if you can't capture that OBJ, it's gonna be over anyway.
True. Somebody once said that.
Zone B.
Can't remember who said
Have
it.
advantage.
Pretty sure it's Sir D.
It was.
Finish them.
Gotta finish him. They'll reach around.
Only competition I have in this entire match when I'm using pistol is fucking last word.
Is there a guy back there? I guess there is, but I'll just leave him alone. He seems to be.
No.
I shot him in the face.
This guy's a real girth cake. Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Yeah. Oh my hell.
I
That's
bet you ripened mango. I haven't really
1
had any
minute.
ideas to make
You
actual
have
videos
lived
lately,
a well
though.
fought
I've had a
victory.
ton. I just need to do them. And by videos, I mean little TikToks.
Dick
Zones
dogs.
control. Targets eliminated. Nice
I've been-
work.
Like, working more too, so it's like I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, you're full of excuses, aren't you?
I really am. I'm not saying it's a good thing, I'm just saying. I burned some skies with that sky burner thing. That guy with the last word was mildly annoying.
Who, Ratsy?
That ratty bastard.
Sniper.
Bastard.
We gonna play him again?
Get back out. I guess I could
Yeah, I
put up,
got it.
like try harder stuff.
Right, Tiger Race.
It's entertaining to shoot people with the Skyburner oath. Ba 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 ba. If you know what I mean. Have you done anything entertaining since you haven't been playing as much radio?
Tried a middle of the night hike. Yeah. Oof, I took a nap. It was like an hour-long nap. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? I think I'll go up to
That hill?
Silver Lake. Yeah, I'll go up the hill. So I went to go up there. I got like, I don't know, most of the drive was fine, and then right at the dirt road, there was a sign saying there was a forest fire, so we're gonna close it off. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go hike this other hike that I tried a few weeks ago or a month ago. It was a tough one, but I had all my camera stuff on me, so my bag weighed 40 pounds.
Oh, yeah,
Control.
daddy.
And I only got like 2 or 3 miles.
And I... Ooh, what?
Only
I
got
turned around.
2 miles.
It was a good workout. It was a good workout.
Bubba boy, what do you want? Do you want Pop-Tart?
The
then I
zones are
proceeded to
yours
sleep
if you
all
fight
day
for them,
yesterday.
Guardian.
Just Venus. Cookie? Okay, I'll get you cookies. Hold on.
Enemy claimed Zone C.
But what did Daddy tell you about interrupting me during matches? I don't give a shit
You
what you
captured
want.
Zone B.
What time
Zone
does that
A
boy go to
captured.
bed?
You have advantage.
It just depends.
Adult diapers? There's a sniper back there!
Depends. I mean, like, how old is he?
He's gonna be 4 actually, coming up
He's gonna be
here.
4. Man, my nephews go to bed at like 7.
Yeah, well, we also like don't really have a super set
Zone
schedule
A
right
lost.
now.
They have advantage.
Oh man. Okay. Well, playing.
I'm one of those like not like I'm like a hippie parent kind of, you know.
I would not be that, dude. I would tell my kid to get the fuck to bed.
Well, you see, Radio, you're only saying that because A, you probably are genetically a reasonable person, and I'm sure when your parents told you to go to bed, you would. And B, this is my child, and you can tell him to go to bed, but he won't.
Go on,
That
boys.
doesn't mean
Relax.
just because you tell your kids to go to bed does not mean they're gonna go to bed.
Lee balls.
You need to put down the law, or lay down the law.
Put
Zone
down
A
some
captured.
laws.
You need
have
to
zone
create
advantage. Enemy has zone
a routine.
advantage.
Hey, it's time to brush your teeth. It's time to all that fun stuff. Hey,
Missed.
you gotta go to
Now-
bed.
Now here's the thing.
Missed.
Over the point, to what point
Zone C captured.
do you uphold
Zone
the routine?
advantage is yours.
Every day.
Now, but I mean, like, let's say he's not having a good day, he's struggling. Like, how harsh do you get with him to maintain this routine? What's more important? Understanding that my kid's definitely autistic and special needs, because he's definitely 100% autistic,
Zone A
right?
lost. Enemy has
This gun
advantage.
sucks donkey balls.
Or right. So what's more important? Meeting his needs and helping him build up into a way that realizing maybe he'll never be a normal kid, but that's okay. Or just like laying down the law
You
and
captured
then
Zone
you know.
B. Zone advantage
The
is
same thing my
yours.
parents kind of did. That
Yeah,
caused
but
rebellious.
like you could do it differently. Like, you don't have
Zone
to
A
be a
captured.
complete dick
That's a
about it.
power
But you could
play.
just say, hey,
You took
this
them,
is what we're gonna
now
do. You
hold
can make it a
them.
routine. Like people can have some comfort in routines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We do have little routines, right? But there's just so here's the problem. His mom doesn't get home till about 11 o'clock at night, right? And he wants to see his mom. So
Zone B
you know,
lost.
like
Enemy has zone
even if he's
advantage.
asleep, he will. If he knows she's home, and kids will like periodically wake up and check. And Trevor can attest to this, right? So it's kind of one of those. He's about to start school. We have a semi-routine, and he's very flexible. So I would say like we do the same amount of things. He gets the same amount of sleep, and we do the same amount of activities every day. Sometimes he's in bed by like 8 or 9. Sometimes he doesn't fall asleep till midnight.
Zone C
And then
captured.
there's
You
days
have
where
zone
like
advantage.
he just cannot sleep at all, and he's up to like 3 or 4 in the morning, right? And like, and I'm talking about like he's laying in bed awake, and we know he's awake, right? So, you know, there's just a certain point where like we've had routines with him, and there's days it doesn't work. And I think we
Zone
just
A
kind of
lost.
like come to the
Enemy has
realization that
zone
like
advantage.
it's okay if it's one of those days where you can't go to bed till 4 in the morning. We're not gonna sit
Zone
there and
C
yell at him
lost.
and be
Your
assholes,
enemy
right?
has a power play.
And so he knows like he can take his books or he can take his tablet, he can read, and he can keep himself out of trouble. You know what I mean? But there's definitely like a routine to it, but I think once he's going to school, I think it'll be easier because there'll be a reason to get up. But part of it is also me too, because I'm still kind of recovering
I've
from
seen enough. I'm calling this one.
Awesome, boys.
I'm still kind of recovering, so like even I start to run into problems where I can't fall asleep till 3 or 4 in the morning,
Rise from this
and I'll
loss
end up sleeping
and
till
fight
about
again.
11 or noon. And if I don't get to sleep, I start to have mental breakdowns.
So, are you going to bed with your
No,
phone?
not this time. Controlling those
You got your phone
zones
on when you're
is
sitting
the
in bed?
only path to
Yes.
victory.
No, turn that shit off. Pull out the Bible or a book that you're
Oh,
actually
no.
interested in.
Oh no.
Read the Old Testament. It's boring as shit. You'll fall asleep. Don't be scrolling on TikTok at 2 in the morning. Get that shit off your fucking phone. I'm serious. 100% serious. If you're up until 4 in the morning and sleep is this important, which it's important for everyone, get it off your phone. You shouldn't even have your phone on.
Now here's the thing. Maybe you're a little bit more normal, and I normally would agree with you, but here's the thing. I've learned that if I'm gonna have insomnia, and you're right, maybe I can delete TikTok and do something else, but there's just days where I've always struggled with insomnia, and I think that's where a lot of my mental health issues started as a kid. But there's times where like I can have a routine and I will lay in bed and I will close my eyes and I will not fall asleep laying in bed doing nothing till 4 in the morning.
Maybe you're like a collie. Collie? I don't know my dogs.
Or-
Australian
Shepherds.
shepherds? Dude,
Or-
they love to go to bed exhausted.
Yeah.
They don't like going to bed because they sat around all day, barking at people walking their dog and going on runs. I run past this damn fucking house every fucking day, and there's this 2 dogs that are whatever, the smart ones that like to herd things. Not hurt, but herd. They like to herd things.
That'd be
They're bored to fucking shit. They like to go. Those breeds love to go to bed feeling like they actually did something that they were bred to do.
And see, that's where we start running into problems right now because we're not in a place to put Jackson in daycare and he can't go to school yet, right? So, like, there's days that I want to go hiking, but there's days where he is having a time where, like, I can't even get him in the stroller. Like, he won't leave the car, he won't leave the house. So it's one of those things where once you start having kids, I agree with everything you're saying. The problem is that it just doesn't work out like that every single day. And where like I'm not super worried because he's literally about to start school. And once he's in school, that means that I have the time to go do my power walking with my sticks and stuff like that, right? But the issue is like some days he's the best kid in the world and he's super cooperative. And there's days where I know my kid, I know what I was like, and I know he's not capable of behaving sometimes, right? And so no amount of strictness, no amount of routine is going to fix that or make that a better day. And so it's something that I wish my parents would have done, is you just got to call it sometimes, right? Like, it's one of those things like, oh, well, you know, because I said the same shit too. My kids will always go to bed on time. Well, if he's struggling with insomnia and he can't go to sleep, what am I going to do? Beat him till he's asleep?
Yes. It's not
Which I've thought about. Don't get me wrong.
Choke him out.
I thought about knocking him out, choking him out. I've had those dark thoughts. Okay, but we keep those on the inside. We don't let them out, all right? But you know, it's one of those things that
Show me you can take ground. Hold the zone.
definitely Jackson's on the spectrum for sure to some degree, and there's no point forcing certain things.
You captured Zone A.
If that makes sense, right? Like, that's what I've learned, because that's how I was, and that's
Enemy claimed
my parents were
Zone
very
C.
forceful on certain things, and that's a big part of why I didn't see him for 13 years after I moved. And my parents definitely didn't handle everything the right way. No, but you know, I don't know why I'm so autistic. My dad's definitely not.
Enemy
So my
claimed
dad didn't
Zone
get
B.
it, right?
They
So yeah, we have
advantage.
routines and stuff like that, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm still in a
At
state
the
where
end of
I'm
the day, it's not very funny, is it?
there could have been orphans playing in that dirt. Yeah, this is not a good situation. I'm leaving.
You captured Zone C. You have advantage.
Ooh.
Purple
So
light,
yeah,
you're out.
again, it's I feel like that advice works for
Make them
99% of the people in the world, but I swear to God, I was always that 1% of like that kind of stuff never worked for me. You know what I mean? But definitely, I know when I was a kid, like that's why I think it's funny you sent me that judo clip. When I used to do jujitsu, like I used to work like 10 hours a day and do jujitsu, and I come home, and I also was on the antidepressant medication, and I will have to say,
There's an arrow in his face.
some of the best sleep. But coming home, like yeah, I have to be one of those people that I'm dead exhausted. But I find myself in a weird spot where
Zone B.
it's hard to get
power
myself
play.
to that point
Keep the pressure
without,
on.
because I'm like so out of shape, if that makes sense. And again, having the kids ruin everything. There's just there's no two ways around it. If you have kids, they are the ruiners of everything. But I'm like I said, once he's in school, like once I've gotten some like therapy, like there's still like
Zone C
there's still
locked.
some like what is it? There's still like medical treatments that I need to do from a lot of the stuff that I went through. You know what I mean?
So when you say spectrum, are you saying like ADHD, autism?
So ADHD and autism are siblings. They're just about on
Enemy
the
has
same
advanced.
spectrum. But he definitely, like, for sure, I can see ADHD, but he does definitely show some very strong autistic traits. Which I'm
Zone
again,
C
like
captured.
I don't
Zone
feel like I'm worried
advantage is
about.
yours.
But again, it's one of those things that I don't know how to describe it. I'm not afraid to call it a day sometimes. There on A. Like I'm telling you, a lot of that
They
stuff
have
never worked.
advantage.
Like
Power and Bud.
I think that's kind of even like why I feel like people like me and Trevor, I feel like we both think
Uh-oh.
the same stuff all the time, and I think that's why we get along, right? Like I wasn't one of those kids. Like I'm not one of those kids that you can just say because I said so. Like that absolutely does not work on me. If something's a load of bullshit, I'm not gonna fucking do it. That's the way it is. And you know, people are like, "Oh, you're so selfish." Well, why am I gonna do a bunch of stuff that doesn't benefit me, right? Like, what's in it for me? It's called being intrinsically motivated. It's a big thing about being autistic and ADHD, right? Is that naturally we're very intrinsically motivated, and so, you know, a lot of this planning and saving and retirement and 401ks. Oh, bagging somebody, are we? It doesn't really work with
Your
our brains
enemy can't
because,
kill if they're
you
dead.
know, like ironically, like a time that I was doing very well is when I was by myself in Canada, and I don't know why. I think it's because I was sitting in yellow money, but for whatever reason, I didn't have a lot of money, so like I had to go buy food every day, right? And the focus of having to buy food every day was very satisfying to me, right? So I'm not somebody that likes to store up a bunch of things. Like I can't manage stuff very well, but if I have to go scrounge
Strength
for
in
food every
numbers,
day,
Guardian.
it's something that
Excellent.
engages me. But that's not how the majority of
Damn,
adults
there'd be
roll,
more.
right?
Zone A captured. You have zone advantage.
I don't know. I was went up to a
Zone
friend's
C
cabin
lost.
and I talked
Enemy
with
has zone
some
advantage.
old high school friends, and we had this conversation. They recognize with their
Zone B
kids.
captured. You have advantage.
I don't know this.
Like
Caitlin
Cora would be
studied to
proud
be
of you,
a school
Warlock.
teacher, so she
5
had all
minutes
these
left.
vocabulary words
Keep
that
it
she
up.
could say.
Like I definitely agree Jackson probably needs a better schedule, but it's one of those things that
Power and two.
like there's some things that I think are fucking stupid that adults do. Like for example, like I don't think we should be asking kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? They're fucking kids. They don't need to know. Like kids don't need to be having those thoughts. Now maybe kids will see something cool and be inspired and they'll start having their own ideas, right? But I'm not like I've never really been into what do you want to be, because what I've wanted to be has changed a bajillion times. And that's probably a big part of the ADHD, right? Oh shit, they're all at A.
You captured zone
shit.
C. Power play. Keep the
Like, I
pressure
think
on.
I have ADHD. At least I had it more often when I was a kid.
And you know, in about 30% of cases that people that
Donate
have
low.
it, you know, it spontaneously resolves. Is that the word? Yeah, I believe
Zone
it
B
spontaneously
lost.
resolves.
Enemy has zone
Definitely,
advantage.
it did not spontaneously resolve with me. As a matter of fact, a lot of my symptoms got worse. So I'm diagnosed with something called BPD. Have you ever heard of borderline personality disorder?
Zone
Personality?
B captured. You have advantage.
No.
So the best way to describe it is BPD is
Oh, they said
is bipolar depression or bipolar disorder but faster, right? So whereas bipolar disorder, like the mood swings can take a couple of months, where people will go from like manic to depressive and stuff like that. I can have all those symptoms in a day. I can have them multiple times a day. I can have it last weeks at a time. So, like, for example, that's probably why I had a lot of... Oh my god, I actually won that gunfight. Shit. But that's probably why I had a lot of insomnia, is I can identify as... I can actually get into manic episodes, right? So I'm not bipolar, but emotionally, like, I have almost... Well, that I do, but growing up, I had no ability to regulate my emotions, which was originally just kind of the same symptoms as ADHD, right? But as I got older, some of the symptoms got a lot worse. And so
Don't be
borderline
lost.
personality
They
disorder
have
is like,
advantage. A victory well executed.
it's unstable bipolar, pretty much. So as if being bipolar isn't bad enough, you
Your
know,
wall
I can
around
do all
those
that shit in a
zones.
day.
Take that
So
iron will beyond the
a lot of
crucible.
my experience comes from we still don't really know what causes it. There's definitely genetic shit. Like, having met my birth dad, let me tell you, that side of the family's chock full of mental health illnesses.
So, your religious dad is not your birth dad.
No. Well, I wouldn't say so. My stepdad raised me, so he was always dad to me. And I
Okay.
was estranged from my real dad, but I met him just a few years ago, right?
Daddy,
And it was very enlightening. So, as a matter of fact, I originally thought I might be bipolar because my sister, my half-sister from my dad's side, is actually diagnosed bipolar. And so that's actually a genetic thing, right? So that's one of the things that they look for, is if you have a family history of bipolar. So when I went and got diagnosed, by that time they figured out it was BPD, right? So, and you can have both of them. You can have both at the same time, which is really awful. BPD is, again, there's a lot of things that go into it, and pretty much the general agreement is it's a genetic disposition that's definitely, like, abuse doesn't cause it, but everybody who has BPD went through abuse. Does that make sense? And so in my childhood, unfortunately, like with my dad not being there, that caused a lot of issues. And like at first, definitely, if you've ever been to Texas and heard the stories, my family upbringing was extremely toxic, very physically abusive, to the point where I was actually almost removed by Child Protective Services, right? And even after the physical abuse stopped, the emotional and verbal abuse didn't really. And it was, again, it's you don't kind of strike me as somebody that's been through this, but like definitely, like when I was a kid, right? Like, you know, I'd come home and I'd have a bad day from school, so my dad would be like, "Oh, well, how was your day?" "Oh, well, it wasn't very good." And my dad would say things like, "Well, shut the fuck up, because no one cares how you feel." When I was like 8 years old, right? Like that was the level of emotional intelligence in our household. Was don't be a fucking pussy and cry in front of me. And so definitely as I got older, what genetic predispositions I had for BPD definitely turned into it. And I probably should have been seeing a professional and taking medication since I was about 15 for borderline. So I got through about 15 years without any professional help, which people who are borderline are like, borderline personality disorder is considered one of the most painful mental health disorders to have, right? Feelings of emptiness, like it's crazy. It's so much that it's hard to explain, but it's a surprise that I didn't end up dead or in jail. That's pretty much what it boils down to. So I will tell you that being somebody who's that far on the spectrum of a disorder,
Move in
a
and
lot
take
of
those zones.
normal stuff
They are your
doesn't get
life.
the results. Like you definitely don't have something like that. Just even talking to you, looking at how you live your life, looking at how you can
Captured
regulate
zone
things.
A.
Even the way you talk about conflict resolution and all that, like you
Enemy
definitely
claims
don't
zone
come
B.
across as
George,
some-
she killed all of us.
My fucking god. Like you definitely don't come across
Enemy
as somebody
claims
that's
zone
pretty
B.
much unhinged,
Enemy has
right?
advantage.
And all of the advice that you're saying is sound and will work, but the problem is that there has to be days that, like, no matter how hard you try, that won't work, and you have to be okay with that, if that makes sense. Like, it's the same thing as being bipolar, right? Like, you can be the most stable, smart, routine
captured
person in
zone
the world,
B.
but that's not
You
going to
have
stop you
zone
from
advantage.
becoming manic. And there's just a level where you have to accept that there's going to be times when you're manic depressive and you can't be functional, and that's okay. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like, cause I've tried to hold myself, like,
Now make it rain.
ironically, like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be, and by kind of like holding yourself to those standards when you can't do them, because there's days that I physically am incapable of doing things, right? It makes the depression and the manic worse. It makes the symptoms much worse, right? So when you tell yourself like, oh, like, I should be asleep and I shouldn't be fucking around and stuff like that, unfortunately for me, there's a lot of like negative abuse thoughts attached with that, and it's like if you can't sleep, you can't sleep. So there's no point in, like, you know what I mean? It's like you just, like, what I've learned is even if I can't sleep, I can relax. You know what I mean? So I know I'm on a bit of a tangent here, but yeah, it's one of those things that if Jackson's at risk for that stuff, with that kind of spectrum of disorders, pushing people tends to make it worse.
Zone
Pushing
B
people
lost. Enemy
in
has
a
advantage.
negative way tends to not get you the results you want. Like I'm one of those people that if you ask me to do something, I'll do anything for you. Does that make sense? Like if you're like, hey, could you please help me? Like,
my
you know, I
next
know you're not
power
feeling
block
good
light.
today. Can you find some time? Like I'm one of those people that, like, if you
You
ask me
have
to
advantage.
give me to give you the shirt off my back, I will. Or if you're like, hey, or if I think it's important, like you don't have to question whether or not I'm gonna feed my kid, right? But as soon as like I'm not as bad anymore. But as soon as my parents were like, hey, you need to stop fucking around and do this, fuck you. You want to fight about it? Let's go. And I'm one of those people that the more you push, the less you get. Does that make sense? And unfortunately, that actually is also a part of the disorder. That's actually ODD, oppositional defiant disorder. Do you know, like, people that
Zone
just
A
will
lost.
not follow
Enemy
instructions
has
to save their
zone
life? I was like that as a kid, and it's part of the spectrum of disorders, right? So it's one of those things that I've kind of learned that it's okay to say today's an L, today's a loss, nothing's happening. And no amount of pushing or this or that's gonna make it any better, you know? That's not to say oh my god, that guy froze. Get out of here.
Gosh, AZ, motherfucker.
Guys,
Bro,
like,
He's running around with the,
You have zone
Whoever's
advantage.
using abilities is like fucking killing everybody.
the AZ shoulder charge dude.
Somebody keeps freezing me. I'm getting shot in the ass.
yeah, he's shoulder charging everybody.
I mean, I was the one who was originally doing that. I feel offended. There's a bubble on B, I think. Oh fuck.
Not quite on B. It's somewhere though.
What? Go to bed. Why are y'all back in here? Go to bed. Go. Go to bed. Go. Go. I don't care. Go.
Hey. When I ask you to die, I need you to politely die.
Do not appreciate if you're alive when I tell you to die.
You talking to your kid again?
No. I'm not telling my
Oh!
That's me.
He got me. Hey, even though we're having these deep conversations, we're still doing like the. Oh, I'm coming to you.
Yeah. Coming on?
I'm actually
5
almost
minutes
exclusively using my
Keep it up.
sidearm, and I'm like.
Oh. I should have moved my well slightly down the stairs so I could see in there, but
It's okay. I'm gonna go here. Remember.
AZ is he's getting me with everything.
hell yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. There's some like actually good ability people in here. That's the guy got like a triple kill with controlled
Zone A
demolition.
captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
I really wish this weapon had inner accuracy, but oh,
God damn it! I got Nova bombed.
Overbound. Hit. Oh boy, there's two in here.
Double down.
I got him.
Zone A lost.
But the moral of the story is, Radu, if you're choosing not to have kids, realistically, you are making the best decision possible.
Together as
I
one.
thought you were
I
gonna say,
love
shut the
it.
fuck up.
No, I think what you have to say is valid, right? And that's the thing is like what you're saying isn't wrong. It's just that like when you're on this spectrum of what I'm at,
Ikora would be
there's
proud
days
of
where that's
you,
more
boy.
harmful
Missed.
than it is. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you can't say that to me, that's harmful. For most people, that gets them off their ass and does something, you know? That worked for me. I angrily pushed my
You're
way through
almost
life,
there.
and I was a very, very angry person for a long time. And so, you know, I was just thinking about this the other day. It's funny because when I met Trevor, I think one of the things we connected on was metal.
Zone B.
But I definitely like
They
used to listen
have
to like some
advantage.
really aggressive, angry metal when I was a kid. And I remember like somebody asking me, like, "Why are you so angry?"
3 minutes.
And so
Hold
with all
strong,
the
and
abuse
this
that I had kind
battle
of put
is
up with and
yours.
stuff, like definitely a big problem is that
Oh, lay down.
everything went downhill because I had a fight with my dad one day. Like we got into a fist fight, right? And it'd been one of those things where my dad had been kind of physically abusing me, and I realized one day, like, hey, I'm training for the military. Like, hey, I fight people all day. I fight strangers. I fight adults bigger than him, and I win. And that's when I realized I can fight back. You know what I mean? And things kind of like rapidly went downhill for me from there, where you know I would get into fights. Like I'd fight anybody, anytime, anywhere.
I like
And
pickles.
so that's how I
Zone
was
B
able to
captured. You have
accomplish
zone
so much in my
advantage.
life is because I was an angry person and I was
Sound
willing to fight
tactics
you,
bring
right?
victory.
And so then I kind of ran into a problem by the time I was 30, where I'm at now, is that my main motivator in life is no
You
longer
fight
anger.
like a demon for these zones.
But during
Bring me
like
your
you know
friends.
the time in
need
your
more
life when
like
your
you.
brain's kind of developing and you're figuring out who you are, I was an angry person, and so there's a big part of me of, well, I'm not an angry person. How do I get stuff done?
Very carefully.
I'll even admit, like I've had problems where like I had problems when I first got married to Daniela, because a large way that I dealt with the anger was I avoided people, right? And so like if you'd start to piss me off, I'd just walk away. You know what I mean? And a big problem with being married is I would try to walk away and my wife would follow me, right? And I'd get really mad, and for some reason my inner Kyle comes out, and I've punched about 3 holes in drywall since we've been married.
Yeah.
So I'm very good at repairing drywall. But
Good.
it's one of those things where it's like I didn't have a contingency. Like my contingency plan was avoidance, right? Like if I didn't like you, if you were pissing me off, I'd just walk away. And when you're not married, that's fine. But when you have a Hispanic wife that won't leave you the fuck alone,
Yeah, so going back to the cabin, talking to the friends, this is what Caitlin brought up, was that her husband, Doug, he gets to the point where he just has to walk away. And they had to communicate, and he had to say, hey, it's not that I am giving up on you and I'm going to run away and never come back. It's this is how I solve the situation, is me calming down, and then I come back and we talk. And they had to communicate, and so when he gets up and just walks away, he's like, okay, I'm done, and he just walks
I don't-
away.
gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Turtles.
And so I said, well, when I want to do that, it feels cowardly. And she's like, exactly. But you have to do it anyway, because that's when you go beyond your limits.
And that's a
And
big
shit can
problem.
happen.
And that's a problem. Like, so that's where one, ADHD is a big part of it. Is you have a problem regulating your emotions, right? But the problem with BPD is that I can get to a point where I'm unable to regulate my emotions. So I can feel anything in any direction to the maximum. So the problem is that if I start getting to a point where I'm angry and losing control, my brain doesn't have the normal processes to reel me back in. Does it make sense? So I guess what I should say is escalating things with me does not work, because I can always go a step further. And that's the way that I used to resolve things, is I would escalate them, and I was better at escalating than other people. and I was better at fighting, and I was better at this. But you know, what happens when you're 30 years old and your boss is pissing you off? You can't exactly take him out back or whoop his ass and still have a job.
Mhm.
Control.
So, you know, I think that's the way it is with Jackson too, is that escalation does not work, because for most normal people go, this is getting out of hand, see you later, alligator. The problem
in
is
and
that
take
my
no
brain
front.
literally doesn't have the mechanism
They
to
are
go,
your light.
you're not being reasonable. Maybe we should stop. Does that make sense? And so my kid has it. Like I said, escalation is not the sensation.
So are you teaching him to recognize these?
Zone C captured.
Yes. And so like a
B
big thing
captured.
is
You have zone advantage.
he gets,
Enemy
so
claims
we're
zone
getting
A.
to the point where he definitely gets frustrated. And so a big thing is, so like today his tablet wasn't working, right? Because, oh, my tablet died. My tablet died, and he's getting ramped up. He's getting upset, right?
Together
So then that's
as
kind of
one.
where, instead of
I
like,
love
and this is where I struggle, right? Because I hate when he whines. I don't know what it is, but kids whining pisses me off. But that's where I have to regulate my emotions, and I have to go, okay, well, why isn't your tablet turning on? Well, it died. Okay, so
Zone
what
B
do we do
lost.
when the tablet dies, right? And I literally have to have
Break it
an
in
entire
half.
conversation of, like, I have to walk him through, instead of getting mad and screaming. Okay, well, what's wrong? My tablet's dead. Okay, well, how do we fix that? You plug it in.
Captured
Oh,
zone
well, look
A.
at that. We
You
plugged it in.
have
Your tablet's
advantage.
working, right? There's no reason you can be upset, but there's no reason to be that upset. Does that make sense? But he definitely already has problems with regulating his emotions.
See that guy?
Oh,
This
see you later,
is
Stinky.
his full name, man.
You're pushing me on C.
Zone A lost.
Pushing your poo-poo in.
Ah, not anymore. So you know, I appreciate sound advice, but unfortunately, I'm not a mentally sound person. It may seem like it at times, but I assure you, I am quite mentally unhinged.
Right.
You captured zone B. You have
Go to
advantage.
bed.
What's he bringing you?
Trevor, why is your kid still awake? God,
Yeah,
I tell
Trevor,
that
what-
son of a bitch to go to bed. He's not a son of a bitch. He's just
This happens sometimes. My kids have been pretty good about going to bed at like 9 o'clock, but then they went and stayed with my mom for like a week, and she gets up super early. So what
Zone
happens
C
is they get used to waking up really early. They take a nap at a weird time, and then they're like awake.
Bro, trust me, man, like, I love Jackson with all my heart, but managing children is like the most frustrating thing in the
Zone
fucking world
advantage is
ever.
yours.
okay. The guy with no name.
That's who keeps
Hey,
getting.
how do you even do that?
I think it's just one of those characters that a Unicode character or something.
Karabah!
Zone B lost.
What I was gonna say was the thing about, like, you know, you say a lot of things like, I won't do that when I'm a parent, but then you realize it's not necessarily true. Like, one of the things I
Your enemy
remember always
can't
thinking was
kill
weird
if
was
they're
like
dead.
putting your kid on a leash. Try taking a 2-year-old through an airport.
And like,
Putting them on a leash is like way less stressful.
yeah, and it's like, don't feel bad. Like, literally everybody says that. Like, I said so much. I talked so much shit.
Zone
when I
B
didn't have kids,
captured.
like way
Zone
more than
advantage
me,
is
right?
yours.
But kids are just such a reality check that, like, it's at the end of the day, I'm telling you, man, like, there's no way to explain how kids press your fucking buttons. Like, kids are the most, I'm not kidding. Kids are the most obnoxious, life-changing things. And, like, again, there's days where it's like,
This is
do I
amazing.
risk losing my
Zone
hair
A captured.
and
Power play.
getting the cops
Keep
called
the
on me
pressure
because I'm
on.
screaming, or do I
Zone
just put
B
this little
lost.
fucker on a leash and call it a day? And there's days where, like, you know what? I'm putting him on a leash and I don't give a shit. And that's just what it comes down to sometimes.
5 minutes.
Stop shooting me!
I'll track of that guy.
Are you talking to your kid?
No, I was talking to that guy. He was shooting me. I'm telling you, man, like kids.
Oh, I know. I have nephews, and I've played with them for an hour, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
But just imagine if you can't. Just imagine that, but you can't get rid of them. You're like, fuck. Because that's what it is. I'm telling you, because like, at least you have that solitude, and it's the weirdest thing too. Like, one thing my dad said when my son was born that was true is when my kid was born, my dad said, "Congratulations, you'll never have another worry-free day for the rest of your life." And my God, if that wasn't the truest thing my dad's ever said, like, even when you're not, like, even when somebody's watching your kids, it's literally always in the back of your mind. Like, when you're a parent, you never relax. Versus, like, I think that's the hardest transition. Like, even compared to getting married, right? Like, when
Zone
you're
B
married, it's
captured.
I'm sure
That's
you
a
worry
power
about
play.
your wife or
You took
your
them.
partner
Now
or
hold.
whatever. Oh God, that's horrible. But it's one of those, like, at the end of the day, they're an adult. You kind of know who you're married, so you're not worried about them, right? Like, Daniela can go to work
Zone
and
B
handle
lost.
and drive and hold down a job, so I'm
Zone
not, like,
C
worried about her.
lost.
But kids, like, my God, bro, like, kids are fucking stupid. If there's razor blades on the floor, like, there could be a bottle, candy, chew toys, and razor blades, and kids will fucking pick up razor blades every time and try to eat them. I don't know why.
Delicious.
So it's one of those things that, like, being a parent means that you literally never stop worrying. Even if somebody
You
else is
captured
watching your
Zone B.
kids,
You have
in the
zone
back of your
advantage.
mind, you're still kind of worried about it. You know what I mean? And I think that's the biggest thing is that, like, with
Zone A
kids,
lost.
it's an endurance race, right? Like, it is a marathon.
3
It is
minutes.
not a sprint because this shit will never end. And so if something saves you a little bit of energy, putting them on a leash gives you enough mental energy to get through the fucking airport, then you just do it and you don't feel bad. And every kid's different. Like, that's one thing, like, we don't know why. Like, Jackson's only been to the airport a few times, but luckily Jackson loves flying and he's super good on airplanes. And we're really lucky to have that.
You have zone
Because not
advantage.
everybody gets that luxury, right? Like, some people, you get those kids,
Zone
and if
B
it's a
lost.
16-hour flight, the kids will cry for 15 hours and 30 fucking minutes of it. And what are you gonna do when they're crying that much? Are you just gonna fucking beat them up? You gonna drug them? You gonna give them some fucking sleeping drugs? Kids present a lot of weird problems. Like, you can't like any other problem you can deal differently, but with kids, shit's off the table, man. Putting them on a leash when they're crying in the airplane doesn't work, you know?
Damn, I hate when people like, oh, you have a rift? Let me just like get in your way to stand in it. Get the hell out of my way.
Oh, he froze me in his super, and I got him, and he froze me, and I won the fight, but somebody sniped me because I was frozen. Go to see. Hey, we're not winning.
We are definitely.
Oh man, there's a lot of
Almost
people. I'm dead.
won.
Did you put your kid on a leash and not take pictures for me though?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Zone B captured. You have advantage.
Not recently.
Well, if you ever put your kids on a leash or do anything
1 minute.
embarrassing, you have to take pictures for
My mom still puts Tiberius on a leash sometimes because he likes it.
Oh yeah, and then there's this weird thing where
Zone A
kids
lost.
like weird shit like being on the leash, and then like they'll fight you
Zone
tooth and
C
nail,
captured.
Me on the
You
short
just to
leash.
be on
Yeah.
the leash. And then the thing is like there's certain days where it's like you gotta get through the airport. He doesn't need to be on a leash, but he wants to be on one, so I'm gonna put him on one because I'm not about to fight him.
Yep.
30 seconds.
Well, I think we lost, boys.
Well, we tried our best. Not
Did
really.
we?
Nah.
Power play. Keep the pressure on.
No, we're too busy
Zone
talking
C
about being
lost.
autistic.
Right, because I'm opening something.
Zone B lost.
Excuse me. I have a present
10
for them.
seconds.
Is it a penis?
They wish.
Your enemy
I
has
killed the
defeated.
invisible name man.
Oh no.
What do you call him?
No,
What do you
not this
call that
time.
guy when you're like
Controlling
talking
those
to him if he
zones
has no
is the
name? You just
only
call him
path to
blank.
victory.
Well. If it ain't the invisible kite.
But ain't the invisible cunt. Well.
Oh yeah, I will say a life changer though is that we got these really nice melatonin gummies, and that has been a fucking game changer for us. I literally just force feed him a gummy every night, and he's like, "Ooh, fruit snacks."
Hugging the baby, nah.
You know, if it gets him to sleep, melatonin's safe, and he's at the age where
Penises.
gets him to bed on time. You know, sometimes when he doesn't want to take it, I'll cut it in half so it looks like his regular fruit snacks, and then I'll just give him a bag of fruit snacks with the melatonin gummies in it. It's like having a dog that doesn't want to take its pills, so you gotta fucking hide it in a piece of ham. You roll it up in a piece of ham or put it in a scoop of peanut butter and give it to your dog. It's the same concept. No amount of sternness is gonna make your dog eat a pill.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I
And
saw
as they get older,
I saw a video of somebody trying to get their dog to take medicine, and they just drop it and go, no, don't eat that, and then the dog eats it.
you know, I hate to admit more guilt here, but sometimes when he's being really defiant and won't take it, we'll do that to Jackson. Like, here, do you want this
Control.
gummy? And he'll take it. Like, no, don't put that in your mouth, and he'll fucking put it in his mouth right away.
I don't understand.
If it fucking works, right? If it looks stupid but it works, it's not stupid.
Uh-huh.
And that's
The zones
pretty
are
much how you.
yours
That's
if you
pretty much how
fight
you
for
raise
them,
kids.
Guardian.
Well, if it ain't the invisible cunt.
Yeah, watch the sniper as we run towards
Enemy
B.
claimed Zone C.
Did
Good
you
shot.
say run out in
You
the middle of
captured
a
Zone
lane?
A.
I said
Good
watch
job,
the sniper. No, it's not even out in the middle of the lane. It's while you're still in the. It's while you're still in the building.
I got one, but I died.
Take a B.
Ain't the invisible cunt.
Zone
Right,
B
visual
captured.
cut.
Zone
Bro,
advantage
that's
is yours.
the only thing is that I've watched all the shows you told me to watch, and now I have to fucking wait 2 years to get.
Sucks for you right now, huh?
Well, it's you too, douche.
Oh my god!
Zone A
What the
lost.
fuck? Why is he
Enemy
rubber
has
banding so
advantage.
much?
He's pretty laggy.
Bro, we were both
You
shooting
have
at that
zone
guy and we
advantage.
couldn't kill him. His name is Pressing W Takes Skill.
He does, really.
Oh no!
Let me pick it up! Pick it up. What the? I'm so confused. No? What? I don't know. I didn't have any ammo, but I picked it up.
Yes, pressing
Zone
W
B lost.
is his name.
White laggy.
Yes.
Laggy's his game.
W is his name. Lagging is his game. Tommy's matchbook too.
Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Wouldn't it be nice if he wasn't laggy? Cause then he wouldn't be laggy.
I hear somebody whipping out heavy ammo.
Gosh damn W.
I got frozen.
Oh,
Y'all
I'm gonna
play-
lose.
Zone C
PlayStation.
lost. Enemy has advantage.
He's not on PlayStation. He's just on Steam.
The bitch.
Oh my god, I'm stuck back here. Somebody help me! There's so many of them!
You're stuck under the stairs?
No, I was in that
Where we
truck
should
in the
be.
back there.
Oh, I thought you were stuck under the stairs.
You captured Zone
Silly
C.
Billy.
You have zone advantage.
Praise of glory. Sniped that guy in the face.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, what the fuck?
Zone B captured. Power play. Keep the pressure
You
on.
took them, now hold them.
Taking our cock. Where are you guys going? I'm trying to like get to you guys, but Tommy's matchbook boy is the laggy boy, by the way.
God, Jesus Christ.
No, it's the pressing W is the bad.
That's the one using Tommy's
Yeah.
matchbook.
Oh.
I got destroyed this round, but we're winning because they don't know how to take a zone.
Oh, we got each other, come on.
What a bastard.
They're taking our A noose.
I got it. I got a rocket.
Zone A lost.
Got a rocket.
I killed one.
He's been right. I'm actually dying to the Cheeto guy more than the laggy guy now.
Ah! Oh my god, he's so fucking laggy.
He's the boss of this game.
Lag bot.
He's the boss of PvP.
Guess I could move up here and actually see something to shoot at. Right, they're behind me now.
Zone
Nice.
A captured. That's a power play. You
Nice,
took them.
pal.
Now hold them.
Something's on fire over there.
Physically or literally?
I've seen enough. I'm calling this one.
They had
Guys,
they had a case of what is zone. They had what is
Victory well
zonitis.
executed.
What is zonitis?
You
Damn, I was
fight
wiping
like
them
a
all at the
demon
end
for
there,
these
too.
zones.
I was
Bring me your
doing
friends.
terribly that
I
round.
need more like you.
A Lorelei Splendor helmet. If it ain't the invisible kind.
I got 5 kills.
Hmm.
That's pretty bad.
Hey, that's pretty bad.
I had the wrong emblem equipped.
I did get a Lorelei Splendor helm that I think has a little bit better stance. Oh. I have a little less recovery, but that's okay because you're running Lorelei.
A little more satisfaction.
You don't really need recovery when you're running Lorelei Splendor, you know. Do you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Does that make you want to cream your jeans?
A little bit.
Yeah, I think I'll play one more and then I want to go cook some dinner.
Oh boy. This is my my gift from Futurama look. Once I
Yes.
find the right shader, I don't remember which one makes it red. This one? Oh, it's not that one. This one. There we go.
Control.
You know, the alien from Futurama?
Yes, who got pregnant because his hands were uncovered, and he thought it was Amy, but it was really Zap Brannigan.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a whole episode about not wanting to be a mom, but then they have to leave him in that lake for like 30
Show
years
me you can
anyways.
take ground.
Yeah.
Hold the zones.
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I don't know why. I remember
Excuse
that
me,
episode.
spoilers.
You captured Zone A. Enemy claimed Zone C.
That didn't go far enough.
Enemy claimed Zone B. They have advantage. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing.
Hey, you happen to know what could stop you if you fight together?
You know, from what I heard, nothing. Got him.
Kind of
Yeah.
little baby grenades out here.
You
Taking us
captured
from
Zone
behind.
C.
Ooh, I
Zone
like it.
advantage is yours. Enemy has zone advantage.
Two of them.
There we go. If I could land my fucking shots.
Shot.
Got him. Excuse me, boys. I need to.
See
Oh,
now. Playing
Zone C lost. Your
back and
enemy
forth
has a
over here.
power play.
Ring around the circle jerk.
You captured Zone A.
more of a seesaw action. Like a thrusting motion.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is
I'll
yours.
set off a dude's head.
Bounced it off this pussy. Oh my god, he had heavy. Knees weak, balls are heavy.
On spaghetti.
And for lube, he's using
Zone A
mom's
lost.
spaghetti.
Enemy has zone advantage.
I feel like I should stop leaving the zone over here because every time I do, they take it. Let me go back to the.
Okay, if you could see your way over here to help me, that would be great.
Zone A captured.
I
Zone
think our brother
advantage
needs
is
help on
yours.
A.
No.
This is amazing.
Ooh, save me, Daddy.
You're welcome.
Oh, a grouchy got me though.
I knew you were gonna. I could sense it. My radio senses were tingling. I came over as soon as I could.
You
see
were
it.
tuned to the right frequency.
I could sense my baby was in danger.
Now, what
Daddy.
station do you think I am?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, you're definitely 106.7 hard rock. Nothing but rock hard dudes
That's why
playing
we have
hard
fire
rock
teams.
all day long. Gotcha, bitch.
That's my name.
I gotta say, this Ostringer's warming up to me now, especially now that I have
Keep instinctively trying to pick up green ammo when I'm not using a green ammo weapon.
man, that's shitty.
Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
Well, one guy has a tractor cannon.
Well, that was awkward.
beef. It's what's in your mom's pussy.
We're kind of winning, even though we're not keeping the zone.
I think it's because we're taking them back and we're winning.
Who says warlocks are better with books than with guns? Okay, it was me. But I was lying. Rage is an excellent motivator.
Whipped through his shield and I got him.
Give me those orbs. Give me those orbs. Give me those orbs. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, God.
Like 3 hanging out by B.
I finally died. There was
4
a
hanging out by B.
Granado launcher.
Check that! Eat your fucking bubble! Fuck you!
They're hanging brain.
If that's a crime, lock me up.
Oh, that's a bubble and a whale with my super. Fuck off. It's my objective, and I'm taking it.
It's my objective and I want it now.
5 minutes
Holy
remain.
shit! I just
A strong
literally
start.
got like
Fight
a
on.
5 streak with killed a bubble titan and a whale of radiance.
You captured
My
Zone
God,
B.
this is
That's
a
power
sleeper
play.
super.
You took them.
Bombs
Now
is
hold them.
sleeper, super.
I'm gonna sleep with bombs.
Zone A lost.
Muerto.
What the crouch you gonna do? You dare strike me, peasant?
Now. I should probably go to bed too. I gotta go to work in the morning, but I don't want to go to bed yet.
Trevor, you need to fucking be disciplined, you dumb son of a bitch.
Read the Bible, you bitch.
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
For a lifetime.
So I got onto the Mormon TikTok,
Oh no.
the anti-Mormon TikTok,
Okay, there you go.
and yeah, there's some fun little things. Learning. Some photo of Joseph Smith was found in a locket that couldn't be opened for however many years.
Right.
So anyway, there's a lot of fun stuff on TikTok about Mormons.
Did you get that guy from behind his shield?
Yeah.
I saw his shield go up and saw his
Ooh.
body fly.
Lustful Nips, the Great. What a name. A good name.
Oh man, Outbreak got me. Watch out.
Lustful.
Don't back up, Batman. Boomer.
That bounced the wrong direction.
Zone B lost. Enemy
Objection,
has
don't copy
zone
that.
advantage. 3 minutes.
No.
Hold strong,
Our
and this battle
zones.
is yours.
They've been captured.
Oh no, not our zones.
Zone A captured.
Here.
Come on, boys, we're not winning enough.
That was confusingly awkward. I got suppressed as I used my well, and it...
Ah! Ah, thank you.
I got mead as I was in the animation for my well, and it like suppressed me.
Got it.
So like, it didn't come all the way out, but then I still killed the guy.
That shut them down.
There's a rocket.
Keep it up.
Hey,
The victory is
punch
yours.
him out of his soup.
Tractor cannon over
Zone
by
A
whatever it
lost.
is, eh?
Your enemy has a power play.
Damn, they're really going for these zones right at the end here, huh?
Yeah,
Zone C captured.
they got a boner for this owner.
A fire team
dead
that
already.
fights together.
I don't know how I'm
stays
surviving
together.
some of this bullcrap. We had a zoner boner.
You know, in-air accuracy with Fighting Lion's good.
Ah! I couldn't activate my super time
Zone
to
A
defeat
captured.
as
Zone
well.
advantage is yours.
I'm sad. Hey, stay out of the way. That one's mine.
Zone C lost. Enemy has advantage.
My
1 minute. You have
affected
this.
me with this outbreak.
A
Crabs.
victory well executed.
You had an outbreak of crabs.
Helicopter, helicopter.
You fight like a demon for these zones.
Boys, I think we were
Bring me
showing
your
them what
friends.
for at the end there.
I need more like you.
Oh, this is a pretty good roll, actually.
A fun combo. The Sturm and the Drain.
Your mom's a fun combo.
The only annoying thing is the masterworking doesn't count in PvP. You gotta go do it in something else.
Ah, that's so annoying.
In Kniff from Connecticut. Automated piece of...
Oh, baby, this is what I've been waiting for. Level 8 Austrian.
We're playing radio, or are you done too?
I'm gonna play one more.
Uno Mas,
Mm-hmm.
Oz.
as the Spaniards would say.
Actually, I think it's the Hispanics. Hispaniards.
The Spaniards. No?
You know, you never know, you know.
Sometimes you know. In Kniff from Connecticut.
Let's see, hand cannons, Austringer. Put that stability masterwork on there. Oh yeah, stability. Yes. Ricochet rounds. And
Control.
Beep beep
What a-
beep beep beep.
level
Bop,
13 for.
bop,
Oh,
bop.
okay.
Hmm.
No zones means no victory.
I gotta
Take
go
them
finish
and
the
crush your
Walking
enemy.
Dead because we signed up for a 7-day free trial to watch the last season.
You captured Zone C.
There's a
Reward
radio
powder.
in my pocket.
Zone A
Boogie
captured. Zone
fever.
advantage is yours.
I hear
Enemy
it's
claimed
going
Zone B.
around.
You kill him?
I didn't. Someone else did. That's okay. I shot him, so it
Zone A
counts. You
lost.
know. With you,
Au revoir, losers.
Agua, Wada.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I'm gonna go around.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming with you.
Oh, Mexican maker got me.
Mexican ham on.
Zone A
Damn it.
This
captured.
fire team?
Power play.
I'm gonna
Two
hard
Keep
fire.
the
so we can
pressure on.
Mexican
finishing people off.
MJ. Nobody's camping zones on their team.
Allergic.
Zone C lost.
Hey, I got one finally.
Oh. I think it's Scoticus. No, Scuba is on Xbox. I don't know if he's on our team or not.
I was shooting a lot of people, but I just have not been
Zone
finishing
C
a lot of people
captured.
off.
That's a power play.
There we
Fine.
go.
You took them.
They
Now
keep getting
hold.
away. They're like little squirrely bastards. They're on our banana. They're rotating on my banana.
Zone C lost. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead.
Yeah, these guys just want to kill. They don't really want to cap zones.
Fine, I'll take a free win.
But one way to cap zone. This map's really good with. What's the name of the? The grenade launcher, Wither Horde.
The hither ward. The come hither ward.
Okay, power in 5.
Hi, germs.
One on B.
Zone B
It's a
lost.
machine gun. Damn. Died.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the Wither Horde on.
God, I got stuck. And sniped. Okay. Dumb bastard.
I really love the Fighting Lion. I haven't played with it in quite a while.
Huh, what? Why are you guys back in here again? Jesus Christ, go to bed. There's a boogie fever going in there.
You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage.
The Wither Horde.
5 minutes remain. A strong start.
I really hate the teammate
Fight on.
collisions sometimes because like I'm like so close to killing someone and then I get pushed slightly to the left or right.
Power ammo in 5. Yeah,
Your enemy can't kill.
been
if
running
they're
into
dead.
that.
They are Wither Hoarding the B.
Zone B lost.
You get a Wither Horde right there.
Thought I
You
was
captured
outside
Zone
of it,
B. Zone advantage is yours.
Oh my hell, I hate this fucking tether. Like, I tethered a box, and it was not that far away from the guy with the super.
Zone
And
B
it did
lost.
not tether him, did not take him out of his super.
No.
Zone A lost. Power play. Enemy has your zone.
Okay, putting on the Wither.
Wither Horde.
So the catching up. We have all 3 zones. We gotta cap a zone first, before B. So I'm gonna cap A.
Me too. I'm here.
3 minutes. You're winning.
I hit.
Stay strong. You captured
That
Zone
guy
A.
just ran into my grenade. Okay, going for the B.
Appreciate that.
This guy's low. Wither Horde on B. Power ammo in 5.
You got sniped. Now they caught up.
Oh, they did not get power ammo. But I wasted it.
Wither Horde, man.
Yeah, we gotta cap the B. Or stop them on A.
The enemy
Surrounded.
almost won.
Days almost won.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I'm gonna put my well on B.
Oh my hell. Can't believe we lost.
You
It's not
captured
over
Zone
until
B.
the fat lady
That's a power
overs.
play. You took them. Now hold them. Zone C lost.
And we're only down by 6, so.
Super
Trying
deal.
to cap the B.
Defeat
Oh my
comes for us
hell.
all.
Feet come for us all. Well, we tried.
We
We've
did.
got to hold those zones.
I should have
maybe
put
next
it with a
time,
horde on
Guardian.
sooner.
Zones means no victory, and Scuba Sean only captured 1. That's the problem. Just kidding.
That's, yeah. Well, he could have been defending. He got a lot of kills.
Just kidding. It's a 10:42. Yeah, I should go to bed.
Yeah, me too. Later. later.